Dr. Matthew McLaughlin. Thank you, and welcome to the Valder Beebe Show today. How are you?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I am having a great day, and I want my audience to know that according to a recent study in the Annals of Internal Medicine, older adults are seeking more medical specialists. And Dr. McLaughlin is here to help us wade through this a little bit. So, Dr. McLaughlin, is there a problem with people who are seeking all of these specialists?
You know, it's not so much a problem as whether a patient should see a specialist. It's whether or not that specialist then communicates effectively with the family doctor. So the more specialists you see, the more complicated it becomes to manage your medical care, and then that can affect the quality of the care you receive.
Also, too, I had talked that you were coming previously. You were coming on the show, and one of the things the poster from Instagram said that they have all these specialists for their mother, but yet no one is communicating among them. So, is that true, you think?
It is, and so that's one of the roles your primary care physician is supposed to play, is to help coordinate all of those different specialists. That article you mentioned, many of those patients are seeing even up to 5 or more specialists. You can imagine it gets to be quite confusing to try to corral all of that information and have one person sort of be the ringleader at the center of the healthcare team. And that's really the role of the primary care physician.
Well, let's go back to the specialists. What are some of the common mistakes people are making when they're choosing the specialist before we even get to the record documentation?
Sure. So one of the most common mistakes is asking your family and friends for their recommendation rather than talking with your family physician. What we've seen is that the percentage of appointments with primary care physicians is actually dropping as those with specialists go up. And as you said, communication between all the different physicians on the team is really critical. When that doesn't happen, then medication errors, duplicated or unnecessary testing, and other issues can occur, which drives up costs both for you and for the system and decreases quality of care. So what research shows is that when you've got a primary care physician at the center of your healthcare team, you get better health outcomes and lower costs. And that's what we're doing at WellMed, USMD, and HCAT. If a recommendation for a specialist comes from your primary care doctor, you know they have good, timely communication with that specialist. You know that each member of the team has access to your full health picture and needs, and they can also make sure that the specialist is covered by your insurance plan.
That maybe why we're now seeing health systems where doctors can log into one database and review your records with your specialist or your primary doctor. Is that, do the medical people understand that, like at WellMed?
We do. In fact, many of our specialists are all on the same electronic medical record, which does make it easier to see and share records and ensure better communication. But unfortunately, there are lots of different electronic medical record systems out there. And so sometimes just picking up the old technology of the telephone and calling the specialist is what we have to do to make sure that we coordinate.
When people are now having all these specialists, you can't get to a specialist without your primary doctor recommendation. So the doctor knows you're going to whatever kind of specialist. How do you corral all these people?
Well, when we make a referral, you're right. On many healthcare systems and plans, the primary care physician is required to refer you to a specialist. And so that's a discussion, thankfully, that happens then at that time. And then we, as the primary care physician, are aware of that referral and can track it down if we don't get records in a timely manner, for example. On some plans, though, patients are free to choose specialists and go see physicians without having a primary care physician, and then it gets more complicated.
Tell me about WellMed. How are you different? What is going to make my listening audience understand WellMed a little better?
So WellMed and USMD and HCAT, we're focused on preventive care and fostering a really great, long-lasting, ongoing relationship between you and your primary care physician. We do want to be at the center of your healthcare team, and we advocate for patients and their families to be very involved in your own healthcare decisions. That's probably the main part of our care model that's made us so successful over the last 30 years.
And as you focus on wellness, it doesn't seem like, and this comes from a conference I had with people on different platforms telling them I was going to speak with you. It doesn't seem like these medical entities want to get us well. They'll maintain our health, they'll stabilize our health, but it doesn't seem anyone wants to get us well. So is WellMed really a wellness company?
Absolutely. I believe that most of my colleagues all are on the same page with me when I say, as a primary care physician, anything we can do to prevent you having problems in the first place is time and money well spent. That's why we really want our patients and families involved in your own health care. Lifestyle changes for many, many chronic conditions are the first and best step to managing the problem. So whether you're talking about high blood sugars for diabetes or high blood pressure and decreasing your risk for bad outcomes or problems like strokes and heart attacks, the first step shouldn't be medication or, as you said, keeping you ill. It should really be about preventing and managing those things before they become bigger problems.
How do we get more information about WellMed? Because you're already speaking differently than a lot of medical professions.
Sure. So speaking as far as the topics we've been discussing today, you can go to our website, carewithresults.com. And as far as WellMed, USMD, and HCAT overall, I'd invite you to Google those sites. Will come up pretty prominently.
Before I let you go, I've got one more this one comes from Facebook. They want to know, is WellMed a plan, or what is WellMed?
So WellMed is actually a medical group started 30 years ago, and we are not a healthcare plan. We contract with lots of different insurances. We have patients on different fee-for-service, commercial plans, Medicare, Medicare Advantage, and it varies by different markets. We have clinics all across Texas and some in Florida and New Mexico as well. We're primarily focused. We started with senior care, so many of our patients are Medicare and Medicare Advantage, but again, it depends a little bit on the market. We have full spectrum primary care across the board.
Poster, hopefully that answers your question. You guys head on over. Once again, Dr. Matthew, before I let you go, that website?
carewithresults.com.
Have a great day, and thanks for stopping by the Valder Beebe Show and educating my audience. I don't know if your team told you, my audience is made up of people born between 1946 and 1964, and we know them as baby boomers, so this is really important to them. Thank you for being here on the Valder Beebe Show.
You bet, Valder. Have a great day.
Hi, I'm Valder Beebe, host of the Valder Beebe Show. We have over 1,000 videos on ValderBeebeShow.com and YouTube.com/ValderBeebeShow. We upload new videos daily. Our site is a modern baby boomer platform with news and information important to boomers. Subscribe to YouTube.com/ValderBeebeShow and stay connected as I interview the world's most fascinating people.